I bought them everything, but I was just the fool with the wallet. I bought my parents a luxury car, paid off every debt they had. I even made sure my mom could retire without a single financial worry. At her retirement party, one I planned, funded, and hosted, she smiled and said to a group of guests, "We raised a fool who thinks he's important just because he pays our bills." So I stopped paying. And then came 105 missed calls. I was the guy who always said yes. Can you help out this month? Yes. Can you cover the car payment? Yes. You wouldn't let your own parents struggle, right? Of course not. For years, I was the financial backbone of my family. It started small, helping here and there, but before I knew it, I was covering everything: mortgage, utilities, car loans, medical bills, even my dad's golf club fees. But it wasn't just money. They took my time, my energy, my peace. I'm a corporate lawyer, one of the best at my firm. I work 70-hour weeks managing multi-million-dollar contracts. No wife, no kids, no vacations, just work and whatever my family needed from me. They took full advantage. My sister Anna treated me like her personal ATM. My cousin Mark dumped all his legal work on me for free. My parents leaned on me for everything: legal advice, bills, and emergencies. When Mom retired, I made sure she'd never stress about money again. I paid off their house, cleared every debt, bought the car my dad always dreamed of. And deep down, I hoped, maybe this time, they'd be proud of me. They weren't. The breaking point. Her retirement party was extravagant: 5-star restaurant, live music, over 100 guests. I arranged it all. I even made a slideshow of her career highlights. I stepped outside to take a client call. When I came back, I heard voices in the hallway. I wasn't eavesdropping, but then I heard my name. "Ethan actually thinks that just because he pays for everything, it makes him important." My aunt laughed. "Of course he does, he's so naive. We raised a fool," my mom added. More laughter. "Well, at least he's useful," my dad said. "Free money and legal work," Mark chimed in. I stood frozen. Not a son, not a brother. Just the family fool with a credit card and a law degree. And in that moment, I made the one move no one saw coming. I cut them off. I walked back into the banquet hall, calm but seething. I pulled out my phone, opened my banking app, and right in front of Anna, canceled every automatic payment tied to their lives. Mortgage, utilities, insurance, gone. "What are you doing?" she asked. "All done," I replied. "What do you mean, all done?" my dad asked, stunned. "It means you're on your own now." Mom's fake smile disappeared. "Ethan, stop being dramatic." "Dramatic? No, just overdue. You said I'm naive for paying your bills? Let's see how you handle them yourselves." The room went silent. "You're seriously cutting us off?" Mark said, eyes narrowing. "Oh, I'm very serious," I said coldly. "And Mark, hire a real lawyer. I'm done." Anna rolled her eyes. "Grow up, you're acting like a child." "No," I said, "I'm acting like a lawyer, canceling a bad contract." Then I walked out, and for once, none of them could stop me. The fallout. At first, nothing. Then the calls began. "Mom, Ethan, you forgot to send the electricity money." Ignored. "Dad, son, if we don't pay the insurance." Ignored. "Anna, you're seriously punishing all of us for one stupid comment?" Ignored. By the end of the week, 37 missed calls. By the end of the month, 105. And then they got creative. Guilt, manipulation, desperation. "Mom, we're your family. Families don't do this." "Dad, your mother can't sleep. She's so stressed." "Anna, wow, so you're just going to abandon us like we're strangers?" Then came the social media jabs. Anna posted, "Some people only help so they can throw it in your face. Real love is unconditional." Unconditional? I paid her rent for years, never asked for anything, but now that I stopped, I was suddenly the villain? Then they got desperate. "Mom, Ethan, the electricity was shut off. We don't have power. How could you do this to us?" That one almost worked. But then I remembered every time I asked if they needed help budgeting, Mom would wave me off. "Don't worry, sweetheart, we'll figure it out." Well, now they could. The final confrontation. A week later, they showed up at my office. No warning, no appointment, just entitlement. I had them sent to the conference room. When I walked in, they were already fuming. "Ethan," my mom snapped, "this has gone far enough. Be reasonable. Fix this." "Fix what?" I asked calmly. "The bills," she barked. "We're behind on everything." "Not my problem." My dad leaned forward, frustrated. "You can't just cut us off. We're your family." "Oh, I can," and I did. Anna scowled. "So what, you're just going to let us fall apart?" "You mean like I did? Working 70-hour weeks while you all laughed behind my back?" She huffed. "It was a joke. You're being ridiculous." I stared at them all and said, "No, I'm being clear. I'm done. And this time, I meant it." The confrontation. I leaned forward, resting my hands on the table. "Let me be clear. You laughed at me, you mocked me, you used me, and now that I've finally stood up for myself, I'm suddenly the villain? No, that's not how this works." Mom softened her voice, her favorite tactic. "Sweetheart, we never meant to hurt you, we just assumed you enjoyed helping us." "Enjoyed it?" I laughed, bitter and hollow. "Did I ever get a choice?" Silence. "Exactly." Dad changed tactics, trying to sound reasonable. "Okay, Ethan, let's compromise. Maybe you don't cover everything anymore, just help with the big things, the house, the car, insurance. That's fair, right?" I smiled. "Sure, I'll make a deal." For a second, hope lit up their faces. Then I added, "I'll pay for everything if you sign a contract agreeing to pay me back, with interest." Relief turned to rage. "Ethan, don't be ridiculous," Mom snapped. "Oh, I'm very serious." I pulled a blank contract from my bag. "You've all loved using my legal expertise, let's make it official." Anna's jaw dropped. "You expect us to pay you back?" "Yes. You never asked for that before. And you never appreciated it before," I replied. Dad slammed the table. "You're acting like a stranger." I didn't flinch. "You made it clear the only reason you tolerated me was because I paid for everything. So let's see if you still want me around without my wallet." Mom stared at the contract, then at me. "You're serious?" "Dead serious." She stood up and hissed, "Fine, keep your money, but don't come crawling back when you realize you need your family." "I won't." Anna stormed out first, then Dad, then Mom. I sat back, exhaled, and smiled. For the first time in years, I felt free. The final blow. A month passed. The calls slowed, the guilt trips fizzled out. Then Anna texted, "We're selling the house. Mom and Dad can't afford it without your help." I stared at it for a moment, then I replied, "Not my problem, good luck." And for the first time, I hit send without a trace of guilt. After the fallout, I thought that would be the end of it. I was wrong. Aunt Linda sent me a lengthy message about the value of family. Dad left a voicemail. "I thought I raised a better man than this. You're letting us all down." Anna simply texted, "You're pathetic." I ignored them all. Then they escalated. One night, an unknown number rang. Against my better judgment, I answered. "Ethan, hey, it's Tom," came the voice, my parents' neighbor. "Tom, what's going on?" "I just saw your folks. Man, they're in rough shape. Your mom's been crying. Your dad looks sick. They're struggling, Ethan." I clenched my jaw. "And they need you. I know there's been drama, but they're your family. You really gonna let them lose the house?" I kept my voice calm, cold. "Did they tell you why they're in this mess?" Tom hesitated. "Not really." "Did they tell you I paid for everything for years, everything?" Silence. "No, I didn't know that." "Didn't think so. Tom, I respect you, but don't call me again about this." And I hung up. The setup. A week later, HR called me at work. "Ethan, we need to talk," they said. "There's been a situation." My gut tightened. "What kind of situation?" "Someone claiming to be your mother called. Said she's concerned you've had a mental breakdown, that maybe your workload's too much and you need time off." I blinked. "She what?" She sounded very distressed. "We had to follow up." I saw red. "She's trying to sabotage my career," I said flatly. "Don't worry, we figured that out." We're just glad you're okay. Oh, I'm fine, I said through clenched teeth, but if she calls again, tell her to stay out of my life. They weren't just manipulating anymore. They were attacking. The final scam. 2 weeks later, a voicemail from Anna. Ethan, please, I know you hate us, but Dad's in serious trouble. He borrowed money from the wrong people, loan sharks. They're threatening the house. Please call me. Something felt off, but curiosity won. I called. Ethan, she answered, breathless. It's bad, real bad. Dad owes $50,000. They said they'll sue if we don't pay by the end of the month. I froze. Not because I believed her, but because I knew it was fake. Loan sharks don't threaten lawsuits. They don't file paperwork, they break kneecaps. And $50,000? That was the exact amount I used to send them every year. Too perfect. Put Dad on the phone. He's not home. Anna, I want to hear it from him. He's too stressed to talk. That sealed it. Nice try, but you're a terrible liar. Ethan, please. Who's the lender? First Capital Lending. I laughed. That's a real bank, not a loan shark. Silence. You made that up, didn't you? Nothing. At least try harder next time. I said, good luck without me. I hung up. The last straw. That was it. I blocked their numbers. Changed my email. Told my firm to reject any personal calls from them. And for the first time ever, I felt untouchable. The aftermath. One final message came from Mom. We're selling the house. Hope you're happy. I typed back. I am. And never looked back. The final fallout. I thought they'd finally given up. But manipulators don't surrender, they evolve. 2 months later, I got a call from Uncle Ray. Ethan, your mom says you abandoned them. Did she mention I paid for everything for years? She may have left that part out. Figures. They're really hurting. Kid, losing the house. Anna's a wreck. Not my problem. Family is family. Ethan. Let me save you some time. Ray, I bought them a house, cleared their debt, gave them a car, and they laughed behind my back, called me a fool. Another long pause. Yeah, she definitely didn't mention that. Then don't call me again. Fair enough. Click. One by one, their allies were falling away. The real fallout begins. 2 months passed. The house was foreclosed. The car? Repossessed. Anna's business? Collapsing. Then came the final insult. An email from an unknown address. Subject line. Are you really going to do this to your own mother? I opened it. It was a GoFundMe. Title, Desperate Mother on the Verge of Homelessness After Heartless Son Betrays Family. They turned me into a villain, so I became one. I stared at the screen, my hands trembling not with fear, but fury. After years of sacrifice, our dear mother has been abandoned by the one she trusted most, her son, a wealthy lawyer. He cut her off, leaving her with nothing. Now she's at risk of losing her home. Please help. Below the post were carefully chosen family photos, me as a smiling son, arm around my mother, happy and unaware that someday they'd use these moments as emotional bait. They'd raised $12,450 of a $50,000 goal. They were scamming strangers, and worse, it was working. But then I saw their biggest mistake. They used my full name. That wasn't just manipulation, that was defamation. I forwarded the page to a friend in cybersecurity. Within hours, he traced the account. The IP? Anna's laptop. Bingo! I called my lawyer. Greg, still handle defamation? Always. Who we going after? My family. I sent him everything, screenshots, the fundraiser link, proof Anna had already withdrawn nearly $10,000. None of it was going to my mom, it was all feeding their lies. Greg let out a low whistle. Ethan, that's cold, even for blood. They started it. I'm ending it. You want to send a cease and desist first, or just file? I didn't hesitate. No mercy. The collapse. Within 48 hours, the fundraiser was shut down. The money? Frozen. Anna called, shrieking. You had no right. I had every right. I said calmly, it's called fraud. We were just trying to survive. No, you were stealing, and now you're going to deal with the consequences. Silence. Oh, and GoFundMe's fraud team? I notified them too. Good luck. Click. A week later, Uncle Ray told me Anna had to repay every cent. My parents, still neck-deep in debt, lost their last safety net. A month later, I got one final voicemail. Mom's voice, tired, defeated. Ethan. I know you hate us, but we're your family. I don't know what to do anymore. Please, just talk to me. I listened. Then I deleted it. For the first time in my life, I owed them nothing. And I never looked back. 6 months later. 6 months since I stopped paying. 6 months since I shut down their scam. 6 months since I last heard my mother's voice. I expected manipulation, a new scam, a knock on my door. But nothing came. Just silence. I should have felt peace, but what I felt instead was strange. Not guilt, not sadness, just emptiness, the kind that comes when you realize your family were just leeches you finally burned off. One last attempt. One late night, my phone buzzed, unknown number. I answered. Hello? A shaky voice, not my mother's. Ethan, it's Kelly. Jacob's wife, my cousin's quiet, observant wife, the only one who never treated me like an ATM. Kelly, what's wrong? She hesitated. Your parents moved in with Anna. I rolled my eyes. And, it's bad. Her business is gone. The house is trashed. Your mom barely leaves her room. Your dad drinks all day. Anna's spiraling. Last week she said she wished you'd never been born. I sighed. That's not new. No, Ethan, she's unraveling. Your mom's sick, losing weight, not speaking, but Anna won't take her to a doctor. No money. I leaned against the counter, silent. Why are you telling me this, Kelly? More silence. Then she admitted. Your mom asked me to call. She couldn't do it herself. She said she'd rather die than beg you, but she's hoping you'll come back. I closed my eyes. There it was, their last card. I let the silence hang until Kelly finally said, I know they don't deserve it, but I know you. I know this isn't easy. She wasn't wrong. But I'd made my decision. They made their choice. She sighed. Yeah, I figured. You seem like a good person, Kelly. Don't let them take you down with them. She laughed bitterly. Too late. Click. The final message. I stared at my phone. Then I did something unexpected. I unblocked my mother's number and sent her one last message. I know you're sick. Go to a hospital. You can still fix this for yourself. But never expect anything from me again. This is the last time I'll acknowledge you. She read it instantly. No reply. The end. Months passed. No calls. No updates. I don't know if Mom ever got help. I don't know if Dad ever stopped drinking. I don't know if Anna ever got sober. And I don't care. Because for the first time in my life, I was truly free.